Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another theme park obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm hanging out at the Disneyland Resort to give you an update from both parks and downtown Disney. It's a big one. So how about you and I dive right in. And just like that, I'm back at the Disneyland Resort. It's been a few days, so we have a huge update today. And at the time of recording this video, it is St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you that are watching right now. I hope you're all wearing your green, because I am. I do not want to get pinched, so yeah, I'm gonna play it safe. And since it's St. Patrick's Day, it's going to be very, very busy today. I'm expecting it. Just right off the bat, here at the front entrance, they've swapped out Mickey Mouse for Minnie Mouse here in the garden for Women's History Month, so that's pretty cool. It's still refurb season here at the Disneyland Resort, and here on Main Street you can see City Hall's still wrapped up, so this should be all done here very, very soon. And Walt's apartment is still wrapped up as well. But even during the refurb, it's nice that they still have the light on in the window, just to let people know that, yeah, Walt's still walking around the park. Oh, we got a Disneyland band coming. Gotta take shelter here. It could get crazy. Okay, I barely survived. Yeah, the Disneyland band is always great. And again, look at the crowds. Here's a good indication of what it's like on a Sunday, St. Patrick's Day Sunday. Now here's the real test. Do we start in Tomorrowland and work our way around that way, or do we start in Adventureland? I don't know, decisions. Let's start in Tomorrowland, why not? Oh, the Tomorrowland plants have been growing really nicely. It's beautiful over here. I just wish we got the gardens that were illustrated on the concept art there. That would have been really cool. I mean, I guess this will do, but it's like, why even bother keeping that up? I don't understand. And speaking of refurbs, look at this. The Astro Orbiter is pretty much assembled. It's all ready to go. I would assume here in the next few weeks it should reopen. And they did a pretty good job too. Everything looks nice and shiny. Still hoping during D23 this year they talk about Tomorrowland here in California. I mean, even in Florida as well, I feel like Florida can use a little bit of an upgrade. And don't forget, over here at Star Tours, new scenes will be added to the attraction starting April 5th. And there's so many different combinations that you'll be able to get. It's like over 200 combinations for Star Tours, which I think is pretty cool. It's always been a cool element to this newer version of the attraction. My only thing is, why aren't they doing this to Smuggler's Run over at Galaxy's Edge? I feel like Smuggler's Run desperately needs some new scenes. I feel like the ride was designed for it. And it's kind of hard to tell because of the display, but Space Mountain has a 45-minute wait. So honestly, it looks like the wait times today in the park so far are not that bad. It could change a little bit later, but it's good that they're being a little efficient here on the attractions. That's pretty much everything going on in Tomorrowland that's noteworthy. So let's continue the journey through Fantasyland. It is such a nice day today. It's a really, really nice day. It's finally warming back up here in Southern California. We were in the middle of a really rainy season, and it was cold and windy, but it's calming down now. I think things are finally calming down, and we're gearing up for a very warm and hot spring and summer. All right, well, the Matterhorn line is not over here in its extended queue. I mean, this part's full, so I'm curious how long the wait time is. Okay, 45 minutes for Matterhorn. Ooh, and we got the tail end of the monorail here. Awesome. Okay, I'm making my way to Toontown because I got to check up on Donald's boat. Yeah, last time I was here, they were still working on what is supposed to be like a splash pad. At least I think that's what it is. Yeah, they're still working on it. Dang, they've been working on this for a long... Are they just building Pandora right here? Because, I mean, Lord. Oh, hey there, you two. I was just going to talk about the Fantasyland Theater. Glad you guys are over here to listen to this information, because you might not know what's going on over here either. The Disneyland Resort will be kicking off Pixar Fest April 26th, and behind me here at the Fantasyland Theater, they're going to have an all-new show. The show is called Pixar Pals Playtime Party, and again, it'll premiere on April 26th and run all summer long. And it's not just the festivities over here at Disneyland Park, it's all the festivities over at California Adventure and throughout the Disneyland Resort. Pixar Fest was actually a lot of fun last time they did it, and they're bringing it back. Yeah, they're doing a lot of work on the theater right now. I don't know how extravagant the show is supposed to be, but I guess we're gonna find out here in the next few weeks. Yeah, you don't fool me, Rock. Don't even go there with me. You know, as I'm walking around the park, the wait times are not that bad, which is great because that means they're being really efficient, like I was mentioning earlier, on all of the attractions. So, you know, that's why I don't mind when the park is busy. Yeah, the shoulder to shoulder does get annoying, but if you're not really waiting that long for rides, well, then it's okay. Again, that could all change though in the next few hours. I'm still here earlier on in the afternoon. Wow, even Fantasyland is pretty manageable right now. This is pretty surprising, because when I was pulling up into the parking structure, I was like, oh no, it is going to be slammed today. But no, I'm actually able to walk. I don't have to pull out the sword and fight people. I'm gonna skip out on Galaxy's Edge. There's really not much to talk about over there as far as any updates are concerned. Made it to the Rivers of America on this beautiful SoCal day. And look at this, the Mark Twain is back from its refurbishment. It was in refurb for a long time. So it's nice to see it back on the river. I just can't get over how nice it is today. And when you mix that with all the beautiful scenery and atmosphere of Disneyland, you really get something special for the springtime. On the other side of Tom Sawyer's Island, they got some prep work for Fantasmic. At least that's what I think it's for, because remember, the show does premiere this May, so they only got a couple more months to get the show running, rehearse it, and get it all ready to go for the grand reopening. Fingers crossed though for a very extravagant dragon sequence or like a villain sequence, because that's like the one big question mark for the new Fantasmic, is what are they going to do for that sequence, since we do know that Disney confirmed that the dragon before will not be coming back in this new version. So yeah, I hope they have something really cool cooked up for us. You know what would be really scary is if a giant Lightning Lane logo popped up in that sequence of the show. I think everyone would scream. And now that the Mark Twain is sailing around the rivers of America, remember that the sailing ship Columbia is now in refurb. And it'll probably be in refurb until Fantasmic premieres, because they use the ship for Fantasmic. And don't let the Mark Twain distract it, because what's going on behind me is even more crazy. Look at this. The construction fence has been extended in front of Tiana's all the way over to this iconic tree, this beautiful tree, happy St. Patrick's Day tree. And it goes all the way over to Tianas Bayou Adventure, where the construction fence connects to the other one. So yeah, this entire area is walled off, and you're not going to be able to walk through this footpath. So in order to get to Hungry Bear and all that kind of fun stuff over there, you're going to have to make the trek to the lower level here, up and around all of this craziness. And remember, this is what it's going to look like once they've completed the renovation over here in Magnolia Park. And don't worry, for my snack connoisseurs, you could still get some popcorn and churros. You know, I wonder if all this stuff means that they're going to be working on the fountain infrastructure in front of Tom Sawyer's Island, because remember, Fantasmic does have a pretty intricate fountain network going on there, especially for the mist screens that are a very big part of the show. So I wonder if they're working on all of that stuff right now too. Yeah, the work over here is pretty extensive. Remember, they've completely ripped out the old queue for Haunted Mansion. They're redoing the entire space, which is actually a good thing, because the old queue could not hold the amount of people that are at Disneyland now. I mean, Disneyland is always crowded, so it does make sense that they wanted to come over here to rework this particular area. And it's wild to see that like all these trees are gone too, so I hope they replace them with some similar greenery in this area. Yeah, again, the construction fence goes all the way over here. But what's kind of weird is, look at this. It's kind of, they didn't like just make it one big piece, and it's probably because of this access point right here. But at the same time though, why wouldn't you just connect the wall and then put the door on the outside closest to the footpath? I don't know, I don't design these things, I'm just observing. And here's a peek over the bridge to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, all the work happening pretty much at the grand finale of the attraction. You know, there's still a lot of holes in the side over here, which will all be rethemed. I'm sure they'll paint and install speakers and all that kind of fun stuff over here. And then on the main part of the mountain, or salt dome is what they're calling it, look at this. We have some greenery appearing, just like at Walt Disney World. We started to see some of the shrubs show up at the top, and there you go. Yeah, we got some bushes and beautiful flowers, and eventually it will look just like the one at Walt Disney World. Unlike Disney World's version though, our version of the attraction is slated to open up later on this year. I'm thinking closer to Halloween time, or maybe even the winter, because they still have a lot of work to do. But moving on, let's head over to Hungry Bear, which is now a historical landmark for those that were watching the Disneyland Forward hearing. We can get a nice view from up on the ramp here into Tiana's. Oh, we got the train going by there, heck yeah. And yeah, look at all of the crazy work happening on the side. Lots of scaffolding, because yeah, they are in the process of painting all of this as well. is putting in all of the artificial foliage. So there's a lot of work happening on the facade, which is cool. And pretty soon we're gonna start seeing some trees in the front, those classic Bayou trees. Those will eventually show up here soon. And what's also funny, I just realized there's construction workers here today. It's a Sunday. So the fact that they're paying them the golden hour, like the overtime to work on a Sunday, goes to show that they want to really get this thing open on time, because they probably are a little behind schedule because of the weather and all that kind of crazy stuff happening in SoCal. And this thing has a really quick turnaround. I mean, they were wanting to get this done extremely fast. So yeah, I mean, hey, that's a good thing though. I'm glad Disney is willing to pay the construction workers to be here on a Sunday to work on this. It should be a quick turnaround. And quite honestly, I don't think Disney can afford to take their time anymore. They have to be quick. They've done it in the past before. Why not continue to do that? They need to be quick because their competitors are building rides and attractions at a far more rapid pace than they are. And hey, the faster you get this thing open, the faster people can come to the park and spend money. Now, I haven't covered the back half of this in quite some time, so let's make our way towards the exit of Winnie the Pooh to see what's going on over there. Oh yeah, look at this. Tons of scaffolding on this side as they completely renovate this side of the queue. Ooh, wow, look at this. A lot of work happening on the splashdown right before you get into the show building. Remember the first drop, right when the beginning of the ride, and you go into the show building? Well, it looks like they're completely covering that section, which is actually, I think, a good thing, because they should extend the show sequence for this particular version of Splash Mountain. I always tell people that our version of Splash Mountain, it has a totally different pace to it. Like, ours is very quick in comparison to Walt Disney World or even Tokyo. In Tokyo and in Orlando, you're really like gently gliding through a lot of those show scenes. It's a longer attraction, at least I think it's a longer attraction, and you have more time to look at things. Whereas here, you're going through it pretty quickly. And I think that's one of the reasons why in Walt Disney World, they started the build process for Tiana's Bayou Adventure a lot earlier than the one over here, because the one over there is way more extravagant as far as the initial footprint. So I'm gonna be really curious now as to what's gonna be going in that splashdown area. Like, I wonder what kind of magic they got ready for us when this thing opens up. And look, because those trees are gone over there by Haunted Mansion, you can see all the way through. Oh, look at this over here at Pirates of the Caribbean. We got Captain Jack Sparrow in red. Huh, looks like they're building an Avatar over here as well. That's pretty much all the action happening at Disneyland. Let's jump ship over to California Adventure. Now, the big news over here at California Adventure is this right here at the turnstile. The new entry gates have been installed, at least to this one section. It's closest to downtown Disney side. But look at this, finally, Disney is playing with the new entry gates. This makes me so happy. I can't wait for them to be installed on both ends of the property and in all the gates, because this is way more efficient than what we have currently, the old school turnstiles. This is very similar to what they have in Paris. And I haven't been to Shanghai or Hong Kong yet, but I would assume they have a very similar system. And then Tokyo doesn't even have the clear gates. They just have the scanners like this, and you scan your stuff and go in. Whereas here it looks like, yeah, this is very similar to the Paris adoption, where you'll scan on this machine right here, the gates will open and you're good to go. Okay, it definitely feels busier on this side, and it might be because of the food and wine festival happening. And you know what, I messed up because I think I still have a couple more tabs left on my tasting card, and I should have brought them for lunch. Oh yeah, this is where the crowd's at. OMG. Oh yeah, this is insane. This is where I feel like Epcot wins ever so slightly, just because of the footpaths are like 10 times the size of ours. Oh yeah, this is pretty intense. Thankfully we have the green balloon to help us. Oh yeah, look at that. The line for Goofies goes all the way out here. Really not too much to report here on the pier or by Mermaid and all that. It's kind of the same old. Again, food and wine is happening right now, and that's pretty much the main focus. Ooh, it looks like we got a ride stop over here at Incredicoaster. It's pretty typical for this one. It goes up and down throughout the day, and it literally goes up and down. Okay, look at this over here by Grizzly Peak, the Peppers Caliente booth. I think this is the longest line for a booth I've ever seen during Food and Wine Festival. It goes way down there, and then look at the pickup line. Let's walk the pickup line. Look at this. OMG. This is absolutely insane. This is not for real. What is this? Look at this. This is the end of the line, way over here. That is absolutely bonkers. It is a really good day to go on Grizzly River Run. That's probably why it has an hour wait right now. It is an absolutely beautiful day, perfect for a water ride. And this is a good one. I like Grizzly River Run. You get pretty wet on it sometimes. All right, that's gonna do it for California Adventure. Let's jump into Downtown Disney. Look at this. They have the marquee sign up for Paseo, the all-new Mexican offering in Downtown Disney. And even some decorations showing up outside for the bar. I'm excited for its opening. It's supposed to be opening up sometime this year. And I can't wait to try out some of the food and, of course, the margaritas. And look at this. The artificial greenery is starting to show up as well. The outdoor patio. So it's not just Tianas Bayou Adventure that is getting the treatment. And here on the back end of Downtown Disney, the new food offerings are moving along pretty nicely. Especially this one right here, Din Tai Fung. You know, Din Tai Fung will take over. Just letting you know, everyone, Din Tai Fung will take over the rest of Downtown Disney. It will engulf it. This will be the most popular restaurant here, hands down. And I can't wait to see the finished product. The concept art looked really cool, so I'm hoping they stick to it, and I can't wait to see what the interior looks like. But with that, I think that is gonna do it for today's Disneyland Resort video. I tried to cover as much as I could. I know I missed a few things, but hey, you know, I can come back and cover even more, and of course, have some fun, because I wanna come back during the week, maybe earlier on when the park opens or something, to ride a couple rides, because it's been a while since I've ridden some attractions here. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos from the Disneyland Resort or some of your other favorite theme parks, because I cover a bunch of them, consider subscribing, because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. And we're getting close to 100,000 subscribers. So yeah, be sure to do that if you have not already subscribed. Don't forget to check out the Instagram account and all that fun stuff by following the links down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.